Hello, Chosen. Welcome back to my channel. The purpose of this video is to bring clarity to those members of the elect who may be drawn to tarot and the meanings behind the imagery and energy, especially as they relate to your own personal spiritual awakening. I offer only one perspective, and tarot is open to as many interpretations as there are personal interactions. So I thank you for your time and attention in considering mine. I also encourage you to check out my introductory video to this series, which I will link in the description box below, as it may help explain why and how you find yourself sharing your company with me. Either way, I'm grateful for you, and I'll keep this as brief as possible. So let's begin. Here, I'll be talking about the Empress, the Emperor, and the Hierophant, numbered 3, 4, and 5. The Empress sits on a throne made of stone like all the rest. The implication that the authority of their position is unchanged and unyielding. She, however, is supported by pillows made of softness and sumptuous fabric, an indication that it is an authority that is to be experienced and thoroughly enjoyed. She is aware of herself in a way that is unique to her, and is in fact the sweetness and enjoyment of that which her existence holds and brings to her. In this, she teaches you how to receive and draw forth. The Empress is the fount of all that is feeling, a manifestation of experiencing through the senses. She is sensation. She teaches us how to be sensuous, of accessing that which we are equipped with to interact with the energies around us. It is not the acceptance of all energies, however. That they exist does not automatically grant them entry, so that interaction is filtered through attraction. She draws in what she wants and releases what she does not. In this, the Empress is choice, or the autonomy and sovereignty that comes from that. If she is receipt, then she is also what makes you want to give, and is therefore desire, or need and want. Also notice that specific piece of fabric beneath her pillow. It falls below her seat and ends behind her feet. It is the same fabric that cloaks the Emperor, counts her as his counterpart, and he hers. They are inextricably linked, but what is present of him is his presence as a present, set again to her comfort and her sensing of him. Take it away, and it takes away nothing. He does not inform or impose, but the fabric announces him, acknowledges him as one of the energies she receives, there with her permission in the way she wants him. The symbol of her energy and authority as divine and sacred feminine, which is also etched in stone, lies at her feet. Her crown, made of both stars and laurel, announces her rule over both heaven and earth. Before her grows a field of corn, and in the background are trees that stand tall, and the ground that holds the seeds they grow from. The source of the water that flows between them is hidden, but ends in the pool of a waterfall. She is the timekeeper, the realization of nature, and the passage of seasons and stages. The Empress is nourishment, or the cultivation of the life that she brings forth. She is the first chapter of Genesis, but also the beginning of the second that reads, God blessed the seventh day and made it holy. She is not only the 6 days of creation, but the sanctification and enjoyment of the work on the seventh. This makes her God as Alpha, as the beginning or the first. This makes you the work described, sacred and a source of her joy. In her role as mother, the Empress nurtures for the purpose of growth and the full expression of your potential. She guides and gently chides if need be, but with a patience that is infinite, that is divine. You are an expression of her complete happiness, a happiness that comes from your very existence. You are hers, and she is you. It is that knowledge that makes her the energy of acceptance itself, for all that you are and all that you are not. It is with the Empress that you feel the absolute safety of the womb, that space that provides you the protection you need and deserve, while you grow strong enough to face the world. It is at her feet that you begin to learn, where you learn how to learn, without judgment, but in fact wonder and pride at all that you are capable of. You are a marvel. It is behind her skirts that you hide until you find the courage to peek first and then peer out at the world and the first glimpses of all that it offers. Your eyes widen in wonder, and it is she who witnesses the first stirrings of curiosity within them. It is with her eyes, vast in their experience and almost unbearable in their gentleness, that she encourages you to step out and step forward. While it can never be worry for you, perhaps there is the knowledge of sadness within the eyes that she lifts to the horizon. She sees what you see, and also what lies beyond that, for what she knows will be your eventual knowing of hurt and pain. She cannot protect you from everything, is forbidden to do so, but offers always a return to her realm and to your origins, for replenishment and an offer at another beginning. The Emperor sits centered on his throne and takes up most of the space within the image, unmistakable and therefore undeniable in his authority, because he is authority. The throne again is hewn from stone and features ram's heads at its edges. It rises behind him, is in fact present all around him. He is robed, but it's almost an afterthought. It makes no attempt to hide the armor that he has comfortably settled in, more natural and suited to him than any scraps of fabric could be. The Emperor is protector of the world and creation, concerned with the execution of divine will. He is conqueror and vanquisher, the embodiment of divine wrath and retribution. He maintains infinite order, and his rule is absolute. He is the personification of fact, and so is in some ways the absence of balance. What will be, is, and if not, I shall make it so. In this, he is logic. The mountains that rise behind him are immovable and unscalable, and barren of snow. The entire scene brings to mind everything that is harsh about the desert, an unforgiving landscape that forgets and allows nothing. It is that which desiccates flesh, bleaches bone to be displayed as a warning to any who would try to challenge him. His crown is simple and almost unadorned. His beard represents wisdom, but is also an indication of a position long held and uninterrupted. The globe, as the representation of the world, is small in his hand. His scepter is also a symbol of him as sacred, divine masculine, and is held proudly upright in his other. In his role as divine father, it is his seed that provides the catalyst for birth and therefore life. He is here to teach the energy of structure and order. His is a fixed energy, the end of a spectrum, the absence of a middle ground. The Emperor teaches first how to yield to divine authority, that part of your purpose is to serve divine will. It is divine will that has marked you as chosen, divine authority that would see this position protected because you are precious. It is from him that you take heart when the night is long and the shadows seemingly endless. He is the flame of the spirit, courage made manifest, what is truly endless. In turn and in time, you become that for others. The Emperor is also the shaping of your identity, in that he teaches how to form those parts of yourself that require rigidity, that will not fall to any influence, even your own. It is the creation of conviction. In teaching you to give and do, the Emperor is the energy of action, teaching you how to push back or inform on the earth and energies around you. This makes him force and impact. You have left your mother's side and now learn at his knee. You may have noticed that his gaze is fierce and normally lies somewhere on the horizon, ever watchful. Now those eyes are brought to bear on you, and they are undeniability. You are his child, and when he is finished with you, the eyes with which you view the world will blaze a comet's trail. The Hierophant sits on a throne that has been carefully carved into, a natural element made into linear shapes that suggest order and balance. The two pillars on either side symbolize religious authority being used as support for the structure, or in other words, structure made sanctuary. The throne rests atop what looks like a decorated chest, what may represent the Ark of the Covenant. While it is underneath the feet, it doesn't seem to mean dominion over, but rather the preservation and protection of what is inside. The keys in front mean that you are the key, the one that unlocks the mysteries allowed to you by the priestess for access by all. If she is knowledge, you are its understanding, and in turn the teaching of it to others to be understood by them. The vestments, footwear, and headdress all mark the Hierophant as a holy figure. Now, to be holy is defined as being dedicated or consecrated in the service of God or a religious purpose. So the Hierophant is an earthly authority as servant to a divine one. The first thing the Hierophant is here to teach is humility, that in fact, to rule is to serve. It is a humility that has its origins in awe. All that you are being shown and taught should inspire an awe for that which is greater than you in every way. There is a certain appreciation and comfort that comes from the understanding that you are merely a part of the greater whole. It also teaches that rulership is a responsibility before it is a right or privilege. In the image, two figures wait before the seat to receive instruction, showing that part of this responsibility is as teacher. There must be an understanding of the trust that students hold, a trust that should never be betrayed. Their wonder is their brightness. It's a relationship built on mutual respect, because a student can always offer a learning experience. You are a teacher now, but a student first and always. The Hierophant represents a more linear approach to thinking that prepares and orders the steps of those chosen to follow the path. It is the structuring of energies into rules and rituals that can be followed by all. This is the Hierophant as translator. They are who the collective can look to, as the one who establishes the traditions that create the culture. You are a traveler to all lands, a herald and messenger of what must be heard. As a last point, the Hierophant can be viewed as the evolved version of yourself, and you as one of the figures before it. Here, you learn the depth and breadth of your authority on earth in the very distinct but still traditional way that you embody it. Remember that this is a position of great power and influence over others, including those in the highest positions. Rulers in any age and space knew it was better to appease the priests than have cause to fear them. And who better to know that feeling than the priests, when it is you who bow deepest before the face of the divine? If the information you find in this video is helpful or interesting, please like, share, and subscribe. I'd like to know how many I can count as members of my tribe, and you can help me reach as many people as possible that could benefit from the message. We'll speak again soon, so bye for now.